Likutei Halachot Kedusha deSidra Halacha Aleph. So we said that when a person takes the malchus to himself,
Malchus, okay.
to himself, gets b'vchinas shelo kaseir, b'chinas chava. But when he connects to HaKadosh Baruch Hu, b'chinas Adam, then he connects shelo kaseir to kaseir, and his tefillah is being answered. He says, "V'zeu b'chinas Kedusha deSidra." The last paragraph of the page before. That is said after the tefillah in order to bring down the shefa, the bounty. כי כשרוצים להמשיך השפע שבא על ידי התפילה, when you want to bring down the bounty that flows after the davening, in other words, that your request will be fulfilled. So what you need to do is you need to cancel b'chinas shelo kaseder. דהיינו שבחיnas לא kaseder הוא יהיה נחזר ונכלל בחיnas kaseder. In other words, it will be included in בחיnas kaseder. So that's the thing that fulfills all the requests. Okay, nobody asks Kedusha deSidra. That's the reason why then we say Kedusha deSidra. Apparently what he's saying here, that deSidra is a kind of a mechanism that combines shelo kaseder and kaseder. V'azay nichlal shelo kaseder, then the aspect, the mitzias of not the way I want it, not the order, what I consider to be, order. B'vchinas kaseder, it is included in Seder. Ki Kodesh, we're saying that's the third Kedusha of the davening. The first one is in Birkas Krishma, the second one is in Kedusha, and this is the third one. So Kedusha is when you say Kodesh, Kodesh, Kodesh. Ki Kodesh u'b'chinas Chochma, we say that Chochma is in. If Kodesh, Ruach HaKodesh it's a spirit of wisdom that comes from Kodesh. כמובן, חוכמה היא בחינת מה? החוכמה is מה? בבחינת קודש ישראל להשם, ראשיס תבואסו, that קודש ישראל להשם is ראשיס תבואסו, that קודש ישראל is the first harvest כביכול of הקודש ברוך הוא. So this pasuk you see that קודש and ראשיס are mentioned as being one thing. And it says Reishis Chochma. Reishis is Chochma. In Tehillim it says Reishis Chochma. So you see that Reishis and Chochma is one thing. Therefore, Kodesh and Chochma are one thing. Nimtza sheKodesh הוא בחינת Chochma. שהוא בחינת מה? Odom. בחינת אתם קוראים Odom. The Chochma is בחינת מה? Because בחינת is the words Koach ma. And Odom is, why is Odom ma? Because it's Gematria. Yudke Vavke, middle alphin is Gematria Odom, Gematria Ma, is 45. So B'chinas Ma, B'chinas Odom, B'chinas Atem Kru'idam, you are called Odom. Hain Yisrael, Am Kodesh, is the holy nation, Kru'im Odom, you are called Odom, you are called a man. Shu B'chinas Ma, that is B'chinas Chochma, is a manifestation of the B'china, or the aspect of Ma and Chochma. As it says, Yisrael alav machshava tchila. The first thought, which is shu b'chinas chochma. What is the machshava? The machshava is the chochma. Yisrael comes first, so that is the chochma. Ki machshava b'chinas chochma. The machshava constitute the essence of chochma. Nimtzo, so you have found shekedusha b'chinas chochma. Kedusha and chochma are synonymous with one another. Ma, odom, is b'chinas kaseder. So we have these bechinas, Kedusha, Chochma, Ma, Adam, are all different manifestations of Keseder. Zeh bechinas Yud. The Yud Mine Kedushas, the 10 types of Kedushas we said that you don't say any Mila de Kedusha except with 10 people. There are 10 people there. No Kaddish, no Baruch Hu, no this, except so Kedusha is Pchinas Yud. Esam in the Kedushas is that 10 kinds of Kedushas in Eretz Yisrael, so forth and so on. As Chazal said, and Kedusha bepochas basara. You don't say Kedusha. The Shechina does not reside in less than 10 people. Ki Kedusha is a Pchinas Keseder. Kedusha is Keseder. Shu Pchinas Yud Kamamara. And we say the Kedusha then in Loshin Kodesh Loshin Targum. When you're saying the Kedusha, he says, V'kara zer zeh v'amar, Kodesh, Kodesh, Kodesh. And then it says, Makablim dein min dein. Afterwards we're saying it the same thing in Aramaic. Makablim dein min dein, receive from one another, Baruch, and so on and so on and so on. So why are we saying it once in Loshin Kodesh and one in Aramaic, which is Loshin Targum? If you remember, Loshin Kodesh is Kedusha. Lashon Sa'amim, the Goyish languages, are the Tuma, and in between there is Targum, Lashon Targum. That's Aramaic. It's Pchinas Noiga. That's the playing field between the forbidden, the mitzvah, and the allowed. Lashon Targum is the allowed, that which is allowed. So the really, when it has to do with Kedusha, you don't really have a Bechira. Ultimately you have a Bechira to do, to do or not to do. Yeah, but it's not a question, there's no suffix there. You're making a decision. Yes, you're making a decision, no. That's not. The same thing in Avera. There's no Bechira over there. You can't do it. Yes, you can choose, you want to do it, ultimately you don't want to do it, but basically it's a yes or no answer. There's no gray areas over here. The main avodah of Kedusha, of Bechira, is in the area of that which is allowed. The business world, the eating, the sleeping, all the divrei chol. This is where the main fight is. This is an area where good and bad are mixed together. And what you need to do is, by behaving in a Kedushadika way, you are elevating the holy sparks which are interspersed in this mixture. And if you are pulled down by the temptation, the bad which is mixed in, so the klipos can suck vitality and chiyus from the kedusha. That's what we said. The malchus hagla yodas mavis, the whole thing that we explained, and when we learned the Likutei Halachot. So the playing field where the real avodah is to do masamatan be'emuna, to do business be'emuna, and to work on tavis achila and so forth and so on. That is where the real avodah is. This is where the real bechira is. And that which is allowed to you. That which is a mitzvah you have to do. That which is a area you can't do. But over here, it's allowed. So why can't I have a steak, the size of Arizona? What's the problem? Well, the problem is, so you're giving the situation, unica from the Kedusha. That's what it says, Kadesh atzmach, sanctify yourself, b'mutalach, in that which is allowed to you. The main, which means, sanctify yourself means, where do you do your workout? Where do you gain your muscles? Where do you train? Where you get the most benefit? Where is the pitch? Where's the field? The playing field? The mutar. Klipa, Isser is forbidden. Mitzvah you have to do. But the main avodah is to separate the good from the bad that are mixed up in the mutar. That area of mutar is Lashon Targum. You have one side Lashon Kodesh, one side the Lashonas Ha'amim, and you have Lashon Targum, which is a memutza, or like a median, a conduit between the two. So Lashon Targum is called mutar. Lashon Kodesh is called Kodesh. Lashon Ha'amim is called Tuma. And Lashon Targum is called memutza, is called mutar.
Aramaic used to be the language that the Goyim used to speak, no?
Yes, but if you notice that Lashon Kodesh and Aramaic are, it's almost like Yiddish. It's like the old-time Yiddish. You know, it's like there are these Yiddish is one thing, is a and there's Esperanto, whatever. It's not Esperanto. Ladino. That's another. So it used to be the kind of Yiddish that they used to speak. Lashon Targum.
So Yiddish is Lashon Kodesh also. Lashon.
It's in between. It's between this and that. It's Lashon Targum. So that's why we say Kedusha, then Lashon Kodesh, and Lashon Targum. Lashon Targum, מבחינה שלא כסדר. Targum is the essence of שלא כסדר, מבחינה שחווה. That Ikar binyan, or that Tardemo. How is Chava being built? Through sleep, through slumber, כמו שכוסה in Bereshis. ויפל השם אלוקים תרדמו על האדם. HaKadosh Baruch Hu put sleep on Adam. Tardemo, sleep, gematria Targum. As we said, this is that's the problem with the first halachas of Likutei Halachot, Aleph. It's so condensed from all the Torahs, the whole thing is like jam-packed. When we say Kedusha Lashon Targum, it says that it is, as we said before, because Lashon Targum and Lashon Kodesh Lashon Targum, this is the 70 languages suck from the Targum. Shem Chnas Keseder v'Shelo Keseder. Lashon Kodesh Lashon Targum. Lashon Targum is the interface from which the Goyish languages, the Tuma, you know, it has no other mechanism to attach itself to the Kedusha.
To some
it needs a go-between. That's the Targum. So the Targum is Shelo Keseder. So the Lo Keseder is the way that the Klippas latch, that we said, when a person does, we learn in the Torah, when a person does a virus, which represents the Goyish languages, it causes Shelo Keseder. It causes damnida to the Shechina. The whole, what's the pshat? Pshat is that when a person does the virus, it allows the tumor to latch on to Targum, to the Malchus, to this, and suck from it. The Malchus is Kedusha that is standing inside tumor. The main Kedusha is way above. It doesn't have.
According to some Hebrew, Lashon Kodesh is Tumah. I remember I used to work in the States.
No, it's Hebrew is Tumah. Then Lashon Kodesh is Tumah.
It's the same thing. It's based from Lashon Kodesh Hebrew.
No, yeah, but it doesn't mean Lashon Kodesh is Tumah.
No, they say Hebrew is Tumah.
So that's something else. Hebrew Taka many facets of it are invented, and they're invented. Just a second. They're invented bechavana to mean the opposite of the
Lashon Kodesh word.
Of Lashon Kodesh word. Give you an example. Ilchas. What does it mean in Hebrew? Adam dam. Adam dam means reddish in Hebrew. Reddish. So it's a little bit red. In Lashon Kodesh, Adam dam means very, very strong crimson red. Adam dam. In other words, it's red as blood. Adam dam. So what's the big deal?
It's not the opposite.
Yeah, it's exactly the opposite.
Red
Adam dam
red.
in no. in Hebrew it means somewhat red.
Mm-hmm.
And Lashon Kodesh it means
Red.
as red. The Chasnida,
Right.
that's the most important
Right.
manifestation of it. That's the reason why they switched from Adam Dam to mean totally red to barely red. And there are a few other things that they've taken to. Chashmal is a Kabbalistic. Chashmal
Well, yeah, just
is a Kabbalistic musag. They took it to mean electricity. Okay, the whole mahalach of the establishment of Hebrew was to disengage Yidden from Judaism. This is why the whole mahalach. So nobody says that Lashon Kodesh is Tumah Chas v'Chalila. It says Usur Rada be'Ivris. That's what they say. It's not the same thing. Other being fakir. Hebrew is bastardization of Lashon Kodesh.
Right.
It says the biggest tumor is Chazer. Why?
Chazer?
Chazer, big.
Right.
Why is Chazer more? It's like the symbol of non-kosher. Why? There are plenty of things which are just as non-kosher as pork. He says because the pig puts out, it has cloven hoof. It puts out the first cloven hoof. He says I'm kosher.
Right.
But it doesn't chew its cud.
Right.
Ivris puts out his, I'm kosher, I'm based on Lashon Kodesh, you know how...
Israel.
Yeah, Israel, I mean, what could be more than... That's the basis of... Look, you can say this, you can say that. The truth of the matter is, Satmar Rebbe was no fool. It's whatever it is, whatever the situation is, you can say this, you can say that, but that's there. So Lashon Kodesh is Kodesh. Lashon Targum is Shelo Keseder. Because the main Keseder of the Lashon of the Lashon, in other words, the main proprietary, when everything is the way it's supposed to be, is Lashon Kodesh Shebo Nivra Olam. The Olam, the world was created using Lashon Kodesh. When you are seeing the bria of the world, the structure of the world, the way that the world is built, you see there's unbelievable order in everything. Without that order, nothing can exist. We do not understand how can order come out of chaos. We don't understand this. Lamaisa, that's what scientists claim. It was an explosion with nothing to precipitate it. And that bred Seder. That gave birth to Seder. It goes against the most basic scientific law. It's called the third law of thermodynamics. It says that order always comes before chaos, which means a glass, yeah,
Right.
a cup, a glass,
Right.
is Keseder, it falls off the table, it breaks, becomes chaos, Shelo Keseder, okay? But shards of glass on the floor don't jump on the table and become a glass.
Right.
No, it's a law of nature. It's a law of science. It's one of the five basic laws of thermodynamics. It's not a theory. It's a law. First, things are in order, and it leads to decay. It leads to Shelo Keseder. So where did deSidra come from? So they don't have explanations, but Hakmish and Chainik. We say that that's the way it happened, and finish. This is it. It also says here, Keseder was Nivra de Lashon Kodesh. Lashon Kodesh, why is it called Lashon Kodesh? Lashon Kodesh is they said that in Dafka Legabay this, it's very interesting. When Chava was created, it says Lazos Ikar Isha. This one will be called Isha. Why? Kimi Ish Lukach Hazos. Because it was taken from Ish. So Rashi says Loshan Nafel Loshan. In other words, it's Ish Isha. It's a play on words. It's a
Right.
But that's only, so Isha is comes from Ish. He says Mikan that the world was built in Lashon Kodesh. Because otherwise it wouldn't be a Kalun. Olam and Fam doesn't come from the same word. So what I'm saying is that you see here that Mi'ish Lukach Hazois over here, you said Loshan, Nofel al Loshan. Loshan Kodesh, Loshan Targum. Everything is tied, it is Keseder Shelo Keseder. So first comes Keseder, then comes, which is Ish, which is Adam, then comes Shelo Keseder, this is Isha. That's why chaos, which is Kelo Keseder, always follows Keseder. The glass doesn't jump, the broken pieces don't jump on the table and become complete again. Keseder, Pchinas Adam, falls and becomes broken as a Pchinas Chava, but it doesn't happen fakir. That's why, but when you manage to connect the Pchinas Chava, Pchinas Shelo Keseder to Pchinas Keseder, then the whole thing becomes a Keseder. She said, what do you mean? You can't pick up the glasses and
glue it back together.
Glue it back together, right? So how connecting it to Pchinas Adam makes Shelo Keseder Keseder? When it's connected to a higher reason. I didn't want you to get this glass because I wanted you to get and go to the store and buy a new one. Because I wanted you out of the house because I had whatever it is, okay? So what did I do? I pushed the glass and it fell to the floor. So Nechinami, the glass itself, chaos, came after order. First it was fall complete and then it fell on the floor and became pieces. But I had a bigger cheshbon in which Shelo Keseder plays to my hand. It serves my purpose. So when you're connecting Shelo Keseder to a higher purpose, it becomes Keseder. That's why when you take wood, okay, and you burn it, when it's wood, it's Keseder. When you burn it, it becomes Shelo Keseder, it becomes ashes. Yeah, but if I connect it to a higher Bechina, which means I want to warm up the room, so the Shelo Keseder serves Seder, Adabah. It's good that the wood burns, because I want the room to be warm. So this is enachinami. When things go not your way, not the way you want them in your life, if you're just concentrating on, I don't want that. I don't want them to tell me to give me all these papers and to go back to Shkat Avodah. I don't want this. This is Shelo Keseder. But if you're connected to a higher Bechina, you're connected to a, that's the way Hashem wants things to run. I need to learn how to be Mekabel, I need to learn how to fall in line, and to learn how to navigate these waters, not, march to the tune of my own drum, which makes me bump into the wall time and time again. You got to learn how to, so it serves you. Shelo Keseder teaches you something. It serves you. But this is how it's done. So when it's connected to a higher Bechina, when Chava is connected to Bechinas Adam, then Shelo Keseder really is Keseder. The fact that the wood burns and becomes ashes is Keseder, because I want the room, in the small materials of the wood, a keseder of wood becomes shalok keseder, becomes ashes. But in the higher mitzias of me wanting the room to be warm, it works for me. Then you have kivyochel chaos preceding order, because the chaos is in a specific mitzias and it serves a higher mitzias. My purpose, my higher purpose. When you realize there's a higher purpose to the things that are happening in your life, and everything is according to order, not your order, Kadosh Baruch Hu's order, and if you believe that this is so, then all Shalok Keseder serves the Keseder, comes to serve the Keseder.
Mm-hmm.
So Lashon Kodesh Shebo Nivra Olam, the Keseder was created with Lashon Kodesh. So the Lashon Kodesh is, per definition, a Keseder, when things go in order. Because Lashon Kodesh created Seder, created order, created the world, created nature, created everything that is going on in the world, which is Keseder, was created Lashon Kodesh. And this is the real combination that is put in order, Karoi P'chinas Seder. It's Lashon Kodesh. But all the combinations of the other languages, and P'chinas Shalok Keseder. Nikreim Lashon Ilgim means pig English, like not the Enlam Shleim, it has no perfection. P'chinas Shalok Keseder. כי צירופיהם אינם מסודרים כסדר הראוי מששת ימי בראשית בעץ בריאת העולם. Their combinations are not in the order it's supposed to be from the 6 days of creation when the world was created. כי סדר הבריאה, the order of the בריאה, אז רק על די לושן קודש. It's only with לושן קודש. That's why we say קדושה deSidra ולושן קודש, לושן תרגום, both. כדי שיניכלל בחינת תרגום, so that the aspect of Targum, בחינת שלא כסדר, will be included בתוך בחינת כסדר, will be connected to a higher purpose, to a higher order. The temporary, topical disorder will serve a higher order. Then the whole thing is considered order. Yeah, the wood burns, but the main purpose, the most cosmic purpose, is for the room to become warm. שהוא בחינת הקדושה ולושן קודש, שהוא בחינת כסדר, בחינת חוכמה, בחינת קודש. And that's the reason why it's called Loshen Kodesh. That this Loshen is included in Keseder, which is Kodesh. And now we are combining Loshen Targum in it also. Loshen Targum is the source where the 70 languages can suck. Shu Iker P'chinas Shelo Keseder. Loshen Targum is imperfect. But imperfect is enough to let the Goyishkeit latch on. That's exactly the Taina against Hebrew. It's almost what's the difference? Just a couple of words. What's the big deal? But you see what it leads to. It leads to ganz Goyishkeit. Yeah.
So how come the Haredi people speak Hebrew then?
That's a separate Indian B'chlal, because they live in this particular Metzias. That's a different Indian.
So why don't they speak Lashon Kodesh?
Milchatchila is that, that is the way you're supposed to speak. That's why the Satmar is supposed to speak Yiddish. But what I'm saying is, forget about what the Metzias became in the world. And Achinami, you can see that because they speak Hebrew, all the illnesses of secular Israel exist inside the Haredi society.
Is it Hebrew?
Yes. V'yisarvu b'goyim u'lemasayim. Became mixed up with the goyim.
People live in America that speak English, so it's the same thing also.
Yeah. That's what the Kodesh Baruch Hu says. You mix up. He says, Ki Am Israel is supposed to be separated. Am levad ad yishkon, even what's his name, Bilam knew that. A nation will reside by themselves. Uvagoyim lo yischashav. It doesn't pay any attention to the goyim. The whole idea of speaking Yiddish is to keep separated. You keep separated, you keep Kedusha. If you speak Hebrew, you understand the commercials. You understand the internet. What do you think? You're going to walk through mud and you're not going to get dirty? all the illnesses of the Haredi society, all of them, come
So speaking Hebrew.
because they're mixed up. There's an interface either with the Goyim or with the secular people. You need the Lashon Targum, something which is a way, okay, no problem. I speak English, it's fine, it's no problem. You know, we learn in English, we learn this, we learn that, whatever it is, or Hebrew, whatever it is. This makes you involved with them. You think that you are powerful enough to get involved with them and not be affected? I got news for you.
It affects.
Better than that. All the illnesses of the this becomes either this or that, and it's mashpia on everybody. Mashpia on everybody. Because what do you do today? No, what can you do? That's the situation. That's the way it is. And achinami, it comes from HaKadosh Baruch Hu, and Yosef Chaim Sonnenfeld Taka said about this particular thing. You know, the big one, the big sheigetz to put in that invented the whole thing of Hebrew, is Eliezer ben Yehuda. When he was alive, he's the one that introduced secularism to Yerushalayim. Until then, no such thing. He's the one that but chutzaf, you know, like in your face, kind of like.
Before 48, right?
Better. It was in the beginning of the century. Of the 20th century. The whole thing was in your face, the way they are now with the schmutz of the Gaivadik, you know, the whole thing, like in your face. That's the way he introduced secularism into Yerushalayim together with Ibris and Nu, and the whole thing was to throw away the yoke of Judaism and the whole thing. Yosef Chaim Sonnenfeld was the Rav of Yerushalayim at the time. And he fought Ben Yehuda tooth and nail, for everything. When Ben Yehuda died, so the people in Yerushalayim, they came to Chaim Sonnenfeld and said, Ben Yehuda Yimach Shemoy was gepeiget. Dropped dead. So Yosef Chaim Sonnenfeld said, I don't say that. He says, what do you mean you don't say that? He says, look, when he was in this world, I'm supposed to fight him. Becher v'chanas.
But now he's gone.
Once he's gone, he says, I don't care. Kodesh Baruch Hu give him Mizrach in Gan Eden. I don't care. So I'm Kodesh Baruch Hu's accountant.
Right.
I'm the one who says who's going to sit where. Yemach Shemoy, Nish Yemach Shemoy. This is not my business. This is not my inyan. He says, and he said interesting thing. He says, I don't know what he was spoiled with that. And why Kodesh Baruch Hu made it so that Dafka should introduce this Hebrew, whatever it is. Lamaisa, in the 1970s, when the Tshuva movement started, it could not have started without Hebrew.
Well, because you have to speak to the Chiloni. Okay.
That the main shlemus is that Shalok Seder rejoins the Seder.
So
And it cannot happen without there's an interface. Without Lashon Targum. Without
communication within between.
But it's a two-way street. You know, it's like Paraduma. It purifies those that are Tama, and it makes Tumadik that which is Tar. So all those in the Haredi world which are weak, which are not connected to Emunah, which are not connected to Be'emes, but it's you know, I was born here, I grew up here, that's the way life is, you know.
Local language.
That's just so that's what Amalek did. It trims off, it harvests the weak ones from behind. they have some feminine tendencies, they have some this, or they're a bit crazy, or a bit this, or a lot crazy, whatever it is. And all you need to know, you go in the streets and you see those signs and this and that, and you're dealing with people. When you're speaking with a Rasha, the Rabbeinu says you get his moich, and he says at Dibur Maroshav, that is Bardas, they put in Hiruraniya in people. It's so if you're not strong, it pulls you down. On the other hand, it allows. So we don't understand why it happened. This is not our business. Why the things the way they were. So the Lashon Targum is, it allows two ways, but that's the way it allows the real serpent, Lashon Sagoyim, the real tumor, to bite the Malchus itself, the Kedusha itself. So this is, Ikalok Pesed, Targum is, Shalok Pesed is Tardemu. Everything is included in Lashon Kodesh through the Kedusha that we say is as Lashon Kodesh, and Targum, both. That's why, as Nimshach HaShefa, Nisma Lekom Mishal Slei Ben El-Teva. That's the reason why that is when all we're asking for is being answered. When this order is included in an order, serves an order. That's why it's called Kedusha deSidra. deSidra Daika. Dafka deSidra means Keseder. Because the main Kedusha, that everything will become Keseder. Everything will become order. So that whatever we're asking for will be fulfilled. When we say Kedusha deSidra. This is when it is there. Ad kan, Likutei Halachos for today.